हा खूप पण कळलं नाही ना फिलिंग.
काहीतरी वेगळं असतं तर बरं ते काय नको आहे.
Good morning and warm welcome to you all. I, Miss Jyoti Karunke, your host for today. We continue with our Sadhguru Sangh Meet 99th virtual webinar. Our topic for today will be Group Proof Communication Skill, a Corporate Essential. It shall be taken by Dr. Udichi Kataria. She shall be covering helps build corporate identity, clarity in presentation, helps personalizing messages for customers, and many more. And last will be followed by question and answer session. Let's quickly go through the agenda. Agenda for the Sadhguru Sangh Meet. Virtual inauguration by Dr. Sundar Kataria, invoking the blessing of deity, chanting of Gayatri Mantra, introduction of speaker, presentation by Dr. Udichi Kataria, question and answer session, and last will be closing session. A brief introduction about Dr. Sundar Kataria. Sadhguru Sangh conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadhguru Sangh is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. He is a chairman and managing director at International Certification Services Private Limited. His academic qualification is Mechanical Engineer, AMIE, Honorary Doctorate, Business Management. His experience are nuclear RAPP. He started his career in building India's first nuclear power plant at Rawat Bhata, Kota, Rajasthan. Oil and gas EIL. He contributed in developing India's first oil and gas field at Bombay High since its inception. DNV. He was head of industry and offshore development with DNV for 2 decades. ICS. He is founder of first Indian conformity assessment and inspection body known as International Certification Services Private Limited, which is a provider of a total quality solution under single umbrella with wide spectrum of services. He has achieved Lifetime Achievement Awards of NESCOCON, received several national and international awards. Now I request Dr. Sundar Kataria to virtually inaugurate the session.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra.
Swaha, Tatsavituर्वरेण्यं
A brief introduction of our keynote speaker, Dr. Udichi Kataria. She is a professor and HOD at Gitanjali Institute of Pharmacy, Gitanjali University, Udaipur. Academic qualifications are Masters and PhD in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Masters in Administration from IISc University. Area of specializations and experiences are she has more than 14 years of experience in academics in various universities like Mumbai University, MLS University, Rajasthan University of Health Sciences, and etc. She has published more than 30 research and review publications in her name in many different reputed journals. She is a faculty or facilitator of Art of Living, world's biggest volunteer-based NGO, and is associated with it for last 21 years. Now I welcome Dr. Udichi Kataria. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Jyoti, for the wonderful introduction and welcome. And I'm heartily grateful to the Sadgun Sangh organization, the ICS organization, and especially Dr. Sundar Kataria, who is an inspiring person on this earth. This age, he is effortlessly and it's effortlessly working, continuously working. Hmm? So he's an inspiration to all of us to uh, to keep organizing something for the betterment of the society. So I've seen always him working and contributing to the society. My pranams to him, and I'm glad there are few of the participants who are available now. Right. So I have one question for all of you. What we can do is instead of unmuting, we can reply to some questions in the chat box. The topic today is goof-proof communication, right? Goof-proof communication and corporate essential, because I am addressing the corporates mainly here, and we have few from different areas also. I have just one question to you. How many of you want to be successful in life? कितने लोग successful होना चाहते हैं? I'll keep Hindi and English both languages, so that's easier for all. So कितने लोग successful होना चाहते हैं? Yes. So I'm getting the answer. Oh, is it not audible? Harish Maguji? Is it audible, Jyoti?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are perfectly audible, ma'am. You are audible.
It's audible.
All right. So the question is, how many of you want to be successful in your life? Okay, there's only one from the session wants to be successful. So Gunjan, do you want to be happy in your life? You want to be happy in your life? Yes. So you guys want to be happy, you want to be successful. So what are you contributing to become a successful, to make it successful? How to become successful? Um, what do you think are the key ingredients to become successful? आपको क्या लगता है हम कैसे सक्सेसफुल बन सकते हैं? Yes, Trupti ji. Gunjan ji, yes, smart working. We have to be smart for working. Yes, what more? What all more comes to your mind? How can you be successful? Yes, we need to have a peaceful mind. We need to have a smart working. We need to be happy, perseverance, hard work. Very nice. Very nice. Anything else? Yes, we need to share and care. Mhm. Yes, smart. surprisingly, no one is telling me that you need degrees to become successful. Yes, optimistic thinking. But no one is writing that I need my BE degree, MBA degree, hmm, or my graduation, undergraduation degree. What all? 12th class, the school degrees, the college degrees, the professional degrees. None of you wrote that. With this question, yeah, with this question, I welcome you all to ponder on what do you need to become successful, and that is what is the main thing I'm gonna focus on. So, is my clip very much visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
One second, how to play this? Okay. So, a goof proof communication, a corporate essential, a very, very much important part in the corporate world. Hmm? So, there are two kinds of skills we deal with, and I am pretty sure 90% of the population listening to me right now understands this, knows this. But this is domain skill, and the other one is soft skill. Domain skill is what? Domain skill is like your degrees, your achievements in an your certificates. Hmm? So what all you require, that is a domain, your specialization, that is your domain skill. So what all you did, your studies, everything comes in a domain skill. But soft skill is what? Soft skill is, I have already mentioned there, importance in life is only 20%. That what you told me in your chat box. That's how you responded. Here, 100% responded to the soft skill, which includes the smart working, which includes the leadership, which includes the communication, your behavioral attitude, your perseverance, your mindset, your positive thinking, the happiness quotient, the share and care attitude. This all comes in soft skills. The population here was 100% who responded to soft skill to become successful in life. But in life, obviously, we require 20% of a domain skill and 80% of the soft skills to lead a successful life. But my question to you is how much time and money you spend in both. If you recall, it is 80% of your time and money you keep investing in domain skill, and only 20% you spend in soft skill. If you realize maximum amount of money and time you have given was just running to the tuitions, schools, colleges, degrees, learning, attending this without any heart, no interest, but you need a certificate, you need a degree. So you have spent a lot of time and money in this. But soft skills is what is required, but you spend only 20% out of it. Hmm? I remember because I'm dealing with the corporate section today. So one of my HR senior manager told me, "Ki you are hired for your degrees. Hmm? You are hired for your degrees. That's what how you are recruited. If you are an engineer, you will be recruited accordingly. If you're a doctor, you are recruited accordingly, right? But you are hired for your degrees, but remember, you're fired for your behavior. Hmm? ऐसे ही रहता है. This is my favorite line. That actually changed my perspective. Yes, this says so much. Even in your office these days, you can see it's not the knowledge a person is carrying that can be taken with time, but the behavioral attitude matters a lot to continue in one job. Is my screen very much visible, or is it with a black spot?
It's visible, ma'am.
Totally without any black
Yes,
spot?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Ma'am, make it full screen, please.
Is it not?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it not full screen?
We can see, ma'am, but there is some menu bar.
Oh, right.
But otherwise, it's totally visible, ma'am.
Is it okay now?
Not exactly, but I think so. Fine.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, fine, ma'am. But still, we can see menu bar. But fine, we can see that.
Menu bar
Floor.
of the sharing would be there. Of the sharing menu bar is might be there. Let me check here.
We can see, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am. No problem.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's check here on the other device if there is any other issue. One second.
Recording in progress.
So, what before coming on to the communication, let me tell you about the personality. See, communication is the part of your personality. Before you communicate, you are observed on various parameters, and communication is something which is the summary or which is the result of the thing a person is seeing you on. So, before you communicate, have a check on these points on your personality. If they fall in right place, your communication would be more effective, and then we will continue with the communication. Good. So, first point is become a proton. Become a proton means you many of you would be from the science background, always carrying a positive charge. Is your personality radiating the positivity from you or not? The positivity in you is reflected in your work, in your emotions, in your words, everything. So be positive about the things around you and the people around you, as well as your thoughts and behavior of you, about you and about others. Become positive. Then, are you really passionate for the work? Yes. See, passionate is very important. It is said कि if you are passionate about the things that you don't even like it, then then you can easily sail through different problems. Just become passionate. how a student behave, or when you were the students, how you used to behave. See, there were 6 subjects in your syllabus. There was one subject every time you didn't like, and you never wanted that to study. But because you wanted to pass, ठीक है यार, एक रात पढ़ना है, and let's cover this. The passionate to cover that may, got you this degree, got you this position. Because of that one subject, you couldn't have stopped yourself, you couldn't have stopped reaching your goal. So even if you're not liking anything, just become passionate. I will do it, what come may. And what helps you to become passionate are your emotions. You need to be emotionally strong. There are many ways, because I'll be more concentrating and speaking on communication, but these are some of the checklist you need to take care, which have a direct impact on your communication. So you need to handle your emotions and have to take interest in the work you do. Develop that interest through various means. Like, if I teach you a Word, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, you might not like it this way. No, no, I don't like this theoretically. So what you do, either you or either your teacher changes it. You directly sit on the Excel, hit and trial method. It's more easier for you to learn, and it is interesting for you. Or if you can take an example, you like learning from YouTube well, then through some lecture, then through some meeting. So you opt that. So you just find out what is of your interest, and through that, reach your goal. Make your pathway interesting, your pathway to the goal interesting, right? And it is very important. The candidate from the audience was very clear that we need to share the yes. You can only be successful if you share. So you need to take care around also, that are the people around me happy, relaxed? I think Jyoti, you muted me. Now it is okay.
No, ma'am. You can continue,
Was
ma'am.
my slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Not exactly, ma'am. You can please share the PPT.
Yeah, was it visible before?
Yes, ma'am. But not right now.
Right now, yes, I've stopped it.
Oh, okay, ma'am. No problem.
Yeah. So coming on back to the thing. So coming back to this, start praising the people around you. Very important. When you praise people, you get back. So when you praise, you are in that positive mode, proton mode automatically. And then if you communicate, your power of speaking is, is 100 times better than the one who is not positive. You are more careful about your words, you're more careful about the gestures. So before you communicate in any way, like verbal or non-verbal, you need to become a proton, hardworking, and you need to take care of your emotions. And become a fighter. Here, become a fighter is like not really fighting, it is like inner fight. Take small efforts to reach your goals. You cannot take a goal of 2 years, 3 years. Instead, take a goal of 1 week. For this 1 week, I'm gonna complete this. So small efforts will help you to reach to your goal. So that's what actually determines your personality, and communication is one of the part of your personality. So what is communication? It is certainly a dynamic process. So to become dynamic, you should be stable first. Hmm? You should be strong enough. So communication, being a dynamic process, has to have a strong personality. And through this process, we actually share the feelings and thoughts to someone and through someone. And now it all depends. And how do we communicate? It all depends on the set of events, the stimulus we have, the environment we have, right? The person we are talking to, the area we are exposed to. So, this is what determines the communication. And what you say is very important, but how you say is very, very, very important. Remember, how you say is so important than what you say. So, to refine your communication skill, you need to know few things. So, communication can be it can be through anything. It's an experience, right? How you experience? By hearing, by smelling, by seeing, by touching, by tasting. These are all senses. So, it is a combination of the senses it works for. So why it is important? Yes, this is something you all know. We don't need, I don't need to tell you more, because we need to exchange the information, we need to exchange the behavior, the feelings, the song, and it all helps to understand someone else's behavior, someone else's knowledge, someone else's feelings. So I give you the tips today in this lecture, how you need to have the goof proof communication. What is goof? Goofy. Goofy is what? With mistake, a silly mistakes. Not mistakes, it's something silly. You know it and still you ignore it. You can do it, but still you aren't able to. So these are all goofy things. So for the communication also, it um, falls in place. So I tell you one story of a David and Goliath. सबने सुनी होगी शायद. David and Goliath. So it was some war going on between two communities. आप ये मान लीजिए किसी दो देशों में कम हो रहा है, दो कम्युनिटी में हो रहा है, दो रिलीजन में, whatever you want. There was a big war going on and there was no solution coming out of it. Right? So these two communities decided that what we gonna do, we gonna send one person from each team, and whosoever wins will decide which community wins. So this was the deal, right? तो उन्होंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि एक एक पर्सन हम भेजेंगे, उनमें से जो जीत गया उसकी कम्युनिटी जीत गई. So both the communities agreed and it was all set. तो एक कम्युनिटी से Goliath आए. Goliath, was so giant, so large, and so rich that he was totally covered with a steel armor. पूरी तरह से covered थे उस कवच से. तो दूसरी community being poor and from the shepherd community, they were all shocked कि अब हमारे में से कौन लड़ेगा इसके साथ, हमारा फिजिक तक मैच नहीं होता उनसे, how we gonna fight? They were not getting any solution. Suddenly one shepherd boy stood, a small shepherd boy stood. ये कम्युनिटी शेफर्ड की ऊपर रहती थी, हिल के ऊपर रहती थी, और गुलियत की नीचे रहती थी. तो जो शेफर्ड बॉय था उसका नाम था डेविड. So David was on the top of the hill, very small boy, and Goliath was like very large, very giant, very powerful, and full of amenities. So suddenly he stood up in the community, I will fight. And everyone was like, are you kidding us? How is this possible? So the आपके पास option भी तो नहीं है. So send me. And everyone agreed. So while moving down the hill, he had one stone tied up with the thread, and he started rotating the thread and the stone in a circular motion. As he moves down, as he moves down, what he does, he increases the velocity and the momentum of the stone and thread and keeps moving down. And Goliath was totally being covered with an armor except the face. Everything was covered with a steel armor, was very confident, standing long, tall, confident. And David coming down the hill kept increasing the velocity and momentum. And as he approached closer and was with the appropriate velocity and momentum, he threw the stone which hit the Goliath head in the center, and that where he fell down, and the David community won. So my point here is, in communication also, play your own strength. Sorry, play your own strength. Now, we as communicating in a meeting, we as a communicating in a team, we as a communicating as an individual in our offices, or the seminars or the meetings you take, you cannot copy someone else. Whatever be your strength, first recognize this is my strength. I cannot copy my boss. I cannot copy my colleague. What he says, how he says, I cannot copy. What I can do best, let me refine that part. So while communicating, also play with such words, play with those punches which you are comfortable with. Play according to your strength, to your area, to your own background from which you hail from. So that will help to connect to the team sitting the other side. And in corporate, it is very essential you connect. You have less time, more work to do. So in less time, you're supposed to connect well. So play with your own strength. Secondly, the second tip is the belief, bhasha, and behavior. All these three determines the impact you gonna leave after you leave the meeting. The impact you have left on the mind of the listener. So understand belief, bhasha, and behavior is what? I give you an example, okay, for this also. Alexander, you all know. Alexander once came to India and just was strolling around, and he saw one sadhu, totally naked and just relaxing and looking up to the sky. and just sitting, relaxing, looking in that cosmos to the infinity, whatever you say. Alexander stood and watched for that for around half an hour, 1 hour, and रोक नहीं पाया अपने आप को वो. Suddenly he stood up, went closer to the sadhu and asked, "Can I disturb you?" He said, "Yes, please. I have just one question to you. ऊपर क्या देख रहे हैं आप? What is that?" So sadhu was like, मैं ब्रह्मांड को देख रहा हूँ. हम इसी का एक अंश हैं. And Alexander सोचे कि ये पागल है, बेवकूफ है. Is he gone mad? साधु भी यही सोचे. Is he gone mad? You know, he had come to conquer India, right? दोनों एक दूसरे के लिए बेवकूफ थे, पर अपने अपने बिलीफ के हिसाब से दोनों सही थे, right? Alexander was from the Greek, so where the people believe one life only, do whatever you want. So there is only one life. But in India, what is the belief? You keep coming again and again. There are many lives. Chill, relax. So the belief in both is different, which determines their actions, which determines their communication. So when you are addressing to your team or addressing to the something global or some other state people or um, many different kind of people in your team, then understand your words should be according to the belief they fall into, right? And I hope you got this point. It's clear that you are not hurting also someone, and your communication on your points and your strategy should actually make people understand that this is how the strategy and the plan of work is according to their belief, and that can be strengthened by understanding which language they can actually associate with. If I am okay with the English and Hindi and I started speaking Marathi, you might be not connecting because you would be lost because I am not good at Marathi. So the main agenda is lost. First thing, play your own strength. So if my strength is Hindi or English, I'll deliver in that, right? But first thing, but now, if I know Marathi well and I know the listeners are also good in Marathi, so I'll prefer, and they prefer Marathi, then I will prefer using Marathi so that I can connect them quite well. So you all know कि जब भी हम टैक्सी वाले से बात करेंगे, जब भी हम वर्कर साइड से बात करेंगे, we cannot be using an corporate language. See, we keep changing according to person. The way I'm speaking to you right now is not the same as I speak to my mom. I cannot say, Mama, good morning. If you don't mind, can you make a tea for me? I cannot speak this to my mom. This is not how we respond and speak in our family. And how I speak to my mom, I cannot speak the same way to my boss. So, according to the person you are addressing, determines your behavior, determines your bhasha, determines your belief. And the main agenda is to connect and deliver what you think from here inwards to the other brain. From one brain to other brain, it should be delivered perfectly. And that can be determined by belief, bhasha, and behavior. In other ways, So there are different ways you can also connect to. So what I have drawn here, I've drawn the symbols or the gestures. Have you seen people with lot of rajas in them? What do you call rajas activity? Which is like they cannot spring, they cannot sit. Spring लगा रहता है उनके अंदर. Continuously they are moving their hands with the keychain or pens. They just um, uh, keep scribbling on the paper or the table, or their mind keeps running. That also is one of the part of your communication which determines your personality. Very essential. How you sit, how you talk, how you walk, and what is required in that area. Are you really showing up? See, gestures are so important. Without even using the words, you can communicate. That is non-verbal, right? Through your eyes. कैसे एक माँ अपने बच्चे को आंख दिखाती है तो वो डर जाता है कि गुस्सा है, right? Even you realize your boss is not okay with you today without using a word. So appreciating, praising, and being angry, these are all so common things. You can always show it by your gestures, faces, eyes, right? Or these days so WhatsApp also is sharing, the maximum emojis are used in your communication presentations. Use more. I could have written whatever I am speaking, but I'm only showing through the pictures, through the key points, that I should connect. A person should listen to you. So when you're present, your presentation is there, or in the presentation, you should use minimal words and give maximum delivery. That's what is required. So use different ways and use the stickiness factor, goal factor in you. I have to reach there. I have to deliver my new project to this team. So ball, and you should ball it nicely, right? Hit it nicely, which is very essential through the points which I told you earlier. So there are two types of communication. One is verbal, yes, where you use the numbers, you use the words, you use the symbols, you use the quality of your voice. Everyone should take care. See, I am modulating my voice, I am changing my pitch and tone. Why? To give words more weightage wherever I can. I am pausing wherever required. I'm going slow, then again I'm going faster. So these uh, essential these are essential ingredients for the verbal communication. If I say, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen, when I address huge number of people where they are busy talking, I cannot just start. I have to address them louder. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, they know it. Again and again we keep saying. Why? So that you get an attention. Your words get an attention after that. Or or you can um, see, modulate your voice. You can speak slowly. Do you know that this is the most essential part of your career? And suddenly the whole team starts listening. So when you modulate your pitch, you grab the attention. So add all these to your team. Help them to communicate to your customers also accordingly. And in non-verbal, facial expression. Have you seen this facial expression? By using just the eye or the lips, you can just disagree with someone, or you can just by the posture or by something, like if some important, your team has done something, the project is completed and wanted to report you or it in written. So how did they bring some report to you, and then, that much is enough. You say, oh, not even oh, the movement of your face will show them, no, it is not accepted, it is failing. Or aha, by this, what do you say? That you are liking the work. This is how you can do it without using any word. You can show that something is accepted, something is rejected. By your pupil dilation, you can show the wow expression also and anger expression also. So this is how you show a acceptance and non-acceptance to the team or to the community you are addressing. So this is a checklist for all of you. This is a checklist. Before communicating, before going ahead, or before selecting, right? Are these factors correctly addressed, correctly weighted? Can you see? First is, of course, clarity. You need to be clear. While communicating, you need to ensure that the purpose of your message is clear, for what you are here. I was clear that I have to deliver a session on communication skill. I started, and then I spoke something on personality, and then we kept going ahead. So my focus was communication. When you address your team, you ensure for what you are here for in the first two sentences itself. Then be concise. You need to keep it concise and small as possible. The length of your communication, if small, is appreciated more. If I keep on saying the same thing for 1 hour, 2 hour, you won't, because the retention time of the people these days is reducing. For not more than 1 minute, you can actually take the attention of someone, right? So that is what it is. You have to keep it concise. You have to keep it correct. Whatever information you are giving has to be factually also and grammatically also correct. If you are in a presentation, you cannot give some data or statistics which you haven't studied or researched. So you don't know the public, you might know or might not know you are dealing with. You don't know the base of their knowledge. So it's better to go with the research data before you address. And I give you a tip here: more data you keep with you while giving a presentation, it becomes more impressive. Like, if you know, if I say 70% of your body is water, so you get an idea what I am talking about, right? If I say that we exhale through nose, and in respiratory system our lungs give out 90% of toxins and only 30% of lungs we use. So if I use this, so what are we doing? We are giving the data which is concise, giving the picture concisely, and we are clear ki what we are targeting. Are you getting? Are you getting my point? So we need to be correct, concise, clear, and complete. There is no point in sharing the incomplete facts and figures. Just whatever you want to put forward, make it complete, which is important, and concrete. Completeness and concrete. Concrete needs to be simply means that you share the information which is genuine. Yes, it is based on for. So your whatever I am speaking to you today is out of my experience. So it has to be genuine. So put more efforts for genuineness in your part. And you need to be courteous. Courteous is while you convey the message, you don't need to dominate your audience. You need to be respectful to the audience, right? Appreciate them, appreciate their valuable time, address to their messages, address to their questions. That's what this much courtesy is required. And I tell you, even if you communicate with your child, communicate with respect, communicate with that appreciation, praising, it will give a complete different picture and relationship. So, if with the child we need to take so much care, think about the customers, think about the team, how much is required. I hope you are following this. So, when you are in an effective communication, you get better response from the stakeholders. You are good in problem solving. You get this strong decision making. And of course, you carry that advanced professional image. You have a better control over your team. Hmm? You have a good business relation. And of course, if you are consistent, you have a better productivity. The workflow is better. Only communication in your whole personality measures around 70%. So that much importance is required. Hmm? So that is what I told you before. How to grab an attention. See, communication can be verbal, non-verbal, written, and these days digital, that is visual. So it can be anything. So to grab an attention, whether visually or whether the physically, you need to add these ingredients to your communication. See, when I wanted to speak to some point, I am putting up every time some example from your daily life or the story. You need to, so that it is clear. It makes it more interesting. So you can add in story and humor. More humorous you are, easily without any dispute you deliver your point. Hmm? And you need to be interactive. Interactive is like you need to allow the audience to participate in your presentation. How I started, how many of you want to be successful, how many of you want to be happy. So that is, I am allowing the audience to participate, make it interactive. So that will help you to stretch your presentation for long. Otherwise, audience gets bored. The attention you don't get. And of course, if your team is not giving you attention, your productivity would be low. Always speak on statistics, with statistics research. Yes, give a pause wherever required. And whenever required, use a combination of verbal and non-verbal communication. Every time words don't help, and every time gestures don't help. So you become wise enough to choose these. And whenever you write an email, if it is a written communication, you should know how to first appreciate and put your complaint, if complaint or anything negative, in a better way. So that's also is so important. And voice modulation, definitely, I gave you an example. You should modulate with your voice. But could you notice there is one point, insult? If things don't work, many a times to grab the attention, you have to insult also. Now, that is very critical. So, you need to wait. Is it the right time and the person you are? A little insult would grab the attention of that person. You can grab that attention. Just if you are finding it very, the person is very naughty or is really disturbing the whole audience. So you can handle your public accordingly, handle your team accordingly. If you're dealing globally, if this your team is handling globally, be very careful and wise to understand the background and then speak. So this is all about um, my tips to you for today as in communication skill for the corporates. I hope you all liked it. It will be great if okay. So thank you for this message, excellent presentation. Yeah, thank you so much, Ilango. Um, it is great to address you all, and you. Thank you for bearing with me. And I'll appreciate if you have any questions. They are always welcome. Over to Ms. Jyoti.
Thank you, ma'am. It was such a lovely presentation. There were so many good examples you have given. So it was nice presentation, ma'am. And I will request you all the participants, please put your questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask directly. Yes.
Thank you so much for this feedback. And if it is not, if it is not, you can unmute. You can give me a feedback through this chat box also. That is a contributing factor to my personality. Maybe I get some feedback. I might improve in my next session. Thank you so much, everyone. I think there are no questions.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe there is no
There is
questions.
one question personally I got it. Yes. How can we practically implement the things relating to personality? Mhm. So, see, when I spoke about be a proton, handle your emotions, you should share and care. What all routine you follow, what all environment you are into will decide how your personality is reflecting, how all you can reflect. So for an instance, I want to become a proton from today. I would always think positive. I want to share and care for the people. I want to handle my emotions. First, by doing the things you can do it. First is belief. You believe, yes, I want to become a proton. Second is start doing it. Start sharing and caring with people. There is a team in your office. What is stopping you to help them? What is stopping them to communicate with you? Understand. Break those barriers and move ahead. Right? Break your barriers. Second, become disciplined. Your personality is a major factor of your discipline you follow in your life. So are you taking care of your body? See, personality is not just by gaining muscles, losing weight. But yes, you need to be in shape. You need to be in good health, if not shape, so that you can overcome. You are not always thinking about your body. See, हमको जुकाम भी हो जाता है तो हमारा communication affect हो जाता है, personality affect हो जाती है. You need to take care of your body. Start doing yoga. Are you meditating? Calm mind, peaceful mind will be reflected in the communication. So, what are you doing to get that? It's not always about rushing to the office and doing the office things and home things. Are you having that me time every day? Only for 20 minutes. Are you finding that me time? Only me. Do you read? Do you go for a walk, nature walk? Right? Do you listen to the music? Become peaceful, silent, and disconnected from the world for at least 20 minutes. The other hours would be taken care of. So, discipline is very much important. So, do it, you will get it. So, inner peace, outer dynamism. The iPod, I give a definition to. Are we carrying that iPod with us? Inner peace, outer dynamism. That's very important. Yes. Anything else?
No, there are no questions, ma'am. But
Right.
excellent feedback. Beautiful session, ma'am. Excellent session. Nice presentation with tips, ma'am. It was just a nice presentation, ma'am, I would say.
Thank you so much, Gunjan. I was really glad to connect with you all. I'm grateful for this feedback too. If anything, you can write to me. You can take an email address from Ms. Jyoti, and I'm always there to help you out. And my sincere thanks to Dr. Sundar Kataria and this ICS organization.
Sure, ma'am. Please share all the details like email ID or contact number so they can connect with you. So
Yeah.
our next session will be on 29th October 2022. It will from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system, QMS, EMS, and OHSMS, excellence in education management, ISO made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, and Hindi. Feedback form. Please register on www.sadgunsang.org and go in your login and give feedback. On the behalf of the Sadgunsam team, I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for the presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. Thank you all. Now we officially close the session.